Hi students, in this chapter we are going to learn about the driving force behind electric current, something called potential difference. There are these two terms, electric potential and electric potential difference, which are very important to make current flow. You must have even learnt about 9-volt batteries, 5-volt batteries. What are these volt terms? We'll learn about all this and more in this chapter. You see, electric potential difference is the driving pull that makes current flow. Understood? In our daily life, we have seen that to make anything flow, a certain difference has to be required. And that difference, pushes something to flow. For example, take a look at these two water tanks here. Water is flowing from the tank on the top to the tank at the bottom. This water is flowing because of the difference in height between the two tanks, isn't it? So the difference in height makes water flow from a body at the top to a body at the bottom. Similarly, take a look at this waterfall here. Again, because of the difference in height, the water is flowing from the top of the mountain to the bottom into the river, isn't it? So water is flowing because of difference in height. Sometimes water even flows because of difference in pressure. This boy here is watering the plants, but you can see that he has put his finger in front of the nozzle in such a way that water comes out at high pressure. So the water is flowing towards the left only because of the pressure difference that he has applied, isn't it? The pressure of the water inside the pipe is greater than the pressure outside in the atmosphere. That's why the water is flowing outside. Similarly, electric current flows because of a certain difference called potential difference. Understood? So this point here on the right is at a higher potential. The point on the left is at a lower potential. So there is a potential difference between these 2 points. And therefore electric current flows from higher potential to lower potential because of the potential difference between the points. Understood? Here you can see that a battery actually creates a potential difference. If you magnify what is happening inside the battery, some chemical reactions are taking place in the battery. These chemical reactions create a potential difference across the two ends of the battery. Therefore, electric current flows from one end of the battery to the other end of the battery. Understood? Therefore, because of potential difference, electric current flows. And an electric potential difference is created inside the battery by means of chemical reactions. As you can see, the left end of the battery is at a higher potential and the right end of the battery is at the lower potential. That is why electric current flows from the left end of the battery to the right end of the battery. This effort required in making current flow is potential difference. You may wonder, why is potential difference caused? Like, what exactly is potential difference? Potential difference simply means that there are excess electrons at one point and there are very less electrons at the other point. Understood? So, electrons flow from the portion where they are in abundance, where there is an excess of electrons, to the area where there are very less electrons. Understood? This excess of electrons at one point and very less electrons at one point, creating this effect is what is called potential difference. Understood? The positive terminal of the battery from which current is assumed to flow has very less electrons. The negative terminal of the battery towards which current flows has a large number of electrons. That is why current flows from the positive terminal of the battery to the negative terminal of the battery, just as electrons flow from the negative terminal of the battery to the positive terminal of the battery. Understood? Electrons flow from their area of higher concentration to their area of lower concentration, and current flows in the opposite direction. And this difference in the concentration of electrons is potential difference.